Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're exploring a really fascinating concept, the mirror principle. This whole deep dive is about getting under the skin of how your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, intentions, isn't just stuck inside your head. It seems to be actively shaping your external reality. And our main source today is the YouTube video, the Mirror Principle audiobook, Everything is a Reflection of Your Inner State by Gaslife.
Exactly. And this isn't just like an abstract philosophical idea. Really getting a handle on this principle can profoundly shift how we understand the links between our consciousness and, well, the reality we experience. Our mission today, really, is to pull out the most useful, practical nuggets from the source material, help you get a real, applicable grasp of this powerful concept.
Okay, let's dive right in then. The core idea, the foundation of the mirror principle, it suggests that our internal state, what we're thinking, what we truly believe deep down, our intentions,
Yeah.
it's directly reflected back at us in our eternal experiences, which isn't just theory, is it? It implies we're, well, active co-creators of our reality.
Active co-creators, precisely. And that has massive implications for how we actually experience the universe around us. Think about it. If we're consistently holding on to thoughts of scarcity or lack or limitation, our mindset can sort of unconsciously guide where we focus, what actions we take, maybe even causing us to miss or push away opportunities for abundance.
Right, you just don't see them.
You don't see them.
Yeah.
Conversely, if you adopt a mindset of abundance, gratitude, positivity, you start seeing potential everywhere. You're kind of primed to notice and act on opportunities, literally creating the conditions to attract more abundance.
And it's not just passive thinking, is it? The source mentions actions are crucial. Our actions are like the tangible proof, the manifestation of those thoughts and beliefs.
Exactly. When our actions genuinely align with our intentions, that's when you get this incredible synergy. It really helps achieve what we desire. Taking those decisive steps, it's not just, busy work. It demonstrates real dedication, real confidence in our power to shape things.
Okay, but if our inner world holds that much power, what stops us? What are the big internal roadblocks that, get in the way of using this principle effectively? The source talks about self-doubt and fear of judgment.
Yeah, those are the big ones. Self-doubt, fundamentally, it's a lack of confidence in your own abilities. But the key thing to grasp, and the source emphasizes this, is that it's a perception. It's not an absolute truth about you.
Feels pretty real, though, when you're in it.
Oh, absolutely. It feels incredibly real because it's often built up from past experiences, maybe messages we've absorbed. But to overcome it, the first step is recognizing it, embracing those fears, and then actively questioning them, changing the underlying beliefs. A really potent technique mentioned is recalling past successes, remembering times you did succeed. That literally strengthens your belief in yourself.
Like flexing a muscle.
Kind of, yeah. And also seeking support. A supportive community can provide that encouragement and validation that's sometimes hard to generate on your own.
So that perception of doubt is the real wall, not necessarily a genuine lack of skill.
Okay.
Okay. But then there's the fear of judgment, worrying what other people think. Gosh, how often does that stop us from just being ourselves or going for what we want? It's huge.
It is enormous. And the source points out, look, other people's perceptions, they vary wildly. Often their judgments are more about their own stuff, their insecurities, their biases, than about you. So to beat this fear, you have to start by acknowledging, okay, I actually can't control how others see me. And then really lean into recognizing and appreciating your own uniqueness. Your value doesn't depend on their approval. When you start prioritizing your own intentions, your own values, over chasing that external thumbs up, you put your energy back where it belongs. On your path.
Taking back your power, essentially. So what does this boil down to for daily practice? Sounds like self-acceptance, self-love.
Yeah.
These aren't just nice ideas, they're fundamental.
Absolutely crucial. They're the bedrock for overcoming these barriers. And the source talks about tools to rewire the subconscious. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about using our brain's neuroplasticity. We can literally reshape those thought patterns over time.
Oh, what kind of tools?
Well, things like consistent daily affirmations, practicing visualization techniques, really feeling the outcome you desire, and meditation. Engaging in regular meditation. These practices help align your thoughts, your beliefs, and ultimately your actions with your goals, so you can move forward confidently without being dragged down by those old insecurities.
Okay, so once we start, chipping away at those internal blocks, where does this principle start showing up in our actual lives? How does it ripple out? The source mentions it applies across the board: relationships, creativity, even health and wealth.
Yeah, it's fascinating how it connects. Take relationships, for example. The mirror principle suggests the people we attract into our lives often reflect our own dominant thoughts, beliefs, our overall energy. So every interaction, even the tricky ones, holds potential for growth. If you find yourself repeatedly in, say, negative or draining relationships, the source suggests that's a signal, a powerful call to look inward.
At your own beliefs about relationships or yourself.
Exactly. Examine your own beliefs, your thought patterns about connection, about deservingness. By consciously adjusting your own energy, cultivating more positivity and self-worth, you start sending out a different signal. And that can begin to attract more fulfilling, more harmonious connections.
And that understanding must foster empathy too, right? In social situations. Instead of just reacting to someone's negativity, you can kind of see it differently.
Precisely. It allows you to approach interactions with more compassion, recognizing that if someone's being negative or judgmental, it likely stems from their own internal struggles. You then have a choice. You don't have to just mirror it back. You can choose to respond with understanding, maybe even love.
That's a powerful shift. What about creativity?
Well, the principle ties in beautifully there, too. It's not just about finding creativity. It's often about removing the internal blocks, that fear of not being good enough, the fear of judgment we just talked about that tend to stifle our natural creative flow. When you embrace your authentic self, warts and all, you tap into this, well, boundless source of creative energy. It allows your unique ideas, your genuine artistic expression to come through without being filtered by societal expectations or fear.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's get really practical. Health and wealth. These touch everyone's lives deeply. Health, especially, sometimes gets overlooked when we talk about abundance, but it's so fundamental to overall satisfaction.
Absolutely vital. And to experience abundance and health, the source suggests, again, looking at your thoughts and beliefs about well-being, do you constantly worry about getting sick? Do you deep down believe you deserve to be healthy and vibrant?
Probing questions.
They are. Identifying those underlying beliefs is the first step. Then it's about consciously choosing to replace limiting thoughts with empowering ones. Using affirmations helps here, like I am healthy and vibrant or I deserve optimal well-being. But crucially, it's not just thinking. Action is vital.
Right, can't just affirm your way to health without doing anything.
Exactly. Incorporating regular exercise, eating nutritious food, prioritizing genuine self-care. These actions align with the belief. And finally, expressing gratitude for the health you do have right now. That has a remarkable power to reinforce that positive internal state and attract more well-being.
Okay, and applying this to wealth and possessions.
Yeah.
Similar process.
Very similar. Our underlying beliefs about money may be that it's scarce, the root of all evil, or that we're not destined for wealth. These unconsciously shape our financial reality. So, to attract more wealth, step one is exploring and actively changing those limiting money beliefs. Affirmations like, I am deserving of financial abundance, can help reprogram those patterns. Visualization, too vividly imagining yourself living the abundant life you desire. Feeling it.
Feeling it seems key.
It is. And again, action. You can't just visualize money falling from the sky. It might involve exploring smart investments, learning new skills to boost income, starting that side hustle, taking inspired action. And the source really highlights gratitude here too, being genuinely grateful for what you already possess, no matter how modest it seems. That creates a feeling of abundance now, making you more receptive to attracting more.
This sounds like it requires ongoing attention, a real practice. How do we deepen this connection? How do we stick with it, especially when challenges pop up?
Yeah, it's definitely a practice, not a one-time fix. Gratitude and appreciation are absolutely central to deepening it. Real abundance, true abundance, goes way beyond just stuff, right? It's about fulfillment, inner peace. Practicing gratitude actively shifts your focus from what you feel you lack to appreciating what you have. Think of it like changing your internal frequency, your emotional vibration, if you like.
Okay, explain that vibration idea a bit more.
Well, the idea is your emotional state has an energy. When you're stuck in low energy states like fear, resentment, lack, you tend to perceive and attract more experiences that match that low energy. But when you cultivate higher energy states like joy, love, appreciation, gratitude, you align yourself with more positive experiences. It's like tuning into a different radio station. Practical ways. Keep a gratitude journal, maybe just 3 things daily. Use gratitude affirmations, meditate on gratitude, or simply pause during the day to really feel thankful for something.
And this whole principle seems to really bridge personal growth with something, well, deeper. Spirituality, consciousness.
It absolutely does. The source talks about self-reflection as a powerful tool here. Think of self-reflection as another kind of mirror. It reflects your thoughts, beliefs, actions back to you. This process helps you see the direct link between your inner world and your outer reality more clearly. It enhances that spiritual connection by deepening self-awareness, and it helps us realize that true wealth includes that spiritual dimension: purpose, connection, inner peace.
So beyond gratitude and reflection, are there other specific tools the source mentions? Tools to enhance this whole mirroring practice for manifestation, spirituality, creativity.
Yes, several key tools come up. We touched on affirmations, already great for rewiring beliefs, acting as a mirror for the reality you want to create. Visualization is another big one. Clearly envisioning your desired outcomes helps align your thoughts and beliefs, sharpening your focus and intention. Then there's meditation. Super important for calming the mind, increasing your awareness of that thought-belief-reality connection, and helping you tap into your inner wisdom. And journaling. Don't underestimate journaling. It's a fantastic tool for self-exploration, processing emotions, and sometimes uncovering surprising creative insights.
It sounds powerful, but let's be real, this journey probably isn't always easy. Smooth sailing all the way, I doubt it. What kind of challenges or obstacles might we expect, and how does the source suggest we navigate them?
Oh, definitely not always smooth sailing. Challenges are part of the process. Common obstacles include doubt popping back up, questioning if this really works or if you can really do it. Fear is another big one: fear of failure, fear of change, sometimes fear rooted in past experiences. The key is self-compassion when fear arises. And setbacks will happen. Things might not manifest as quickly as you hoped, or you might seem to go backward temporarily. The crucial shift is viewing these setbacks not as failures, but as valuable learning opportunities. What can I learn here? How can I adjust?
Right, reframing it.
Exactly. And the source emphasizes having a support system. Like-minded friends, a coach, a community can be invaluable during tough times. And prioritizing self-care. Be kind to yourself through the ups and downs. It's a journey, sometimes challenging, yes, but the source suggests the growth and transformation are always worthwhile.
This feels like it's leading towards a really deep connection, maybe the ultimate one the principle points to, connecting with our higher self. How does thought transmission, as the source puts it, fit into this?
That's delving into the more spiritual aspect, yes. The process described involved consciously quieting the external noise, focusing inward, often through meditation or mindfulness, to reach a state of inner calm. From that space, you actively envision a strong connection, a bond with your higher self, that wiser, deeper part of you. Then you direct your thoughts, your affirmations, your desires towards that higher self with clarity, with intention, trusting that inner wisdom to guide you. It's about aligning your everyday conscious mind with that deeper intuition and guidance.
And what's really mind-bending here is the idea that other people around us, they're also reflecting things back. That our internal state somehow shapes not just our perception of the world, but maybe the external world itself, impacting others' reality too.
That's the deeper implication, absolutely. The idea is that by broadening our awareness, expanding our consciousness, we tap into what the source calls a higher vibration. Now, vibration can sound a bit abstract, but think of it in terms of your overall energy and emotional state. We know our mood affects how we interact, right? A calm presence versus a stressed one creates different reactions.
Sure, that's observable.
Right. So the principle extends this. When your baseline energy, your vibration, is low, maybe dominated by fear and negativity, you tend to attract or resonate with similar low energy experiences or perceptions. When you intentionally elevate your state through gratitude, joy, love, you align with positive energy, drawing more abundance, more positive interactions. Gratitude, for instance, doesn't just make you feel good, it radiates outwards. That positive energy can genuinely uplift and inspire others, shifting the collective energy in a small way.
So if other people reflect us, then really embracing self-love and self-acceptance isn't just like a nice self-help thing. It's actually fundamental to making this principle work.
It's absolutely fundamental, yes, because how you perceive others is often a direct mirror of your own hidden thoughts and beliefs about yourself. Instead of constantly looking outside for validation or blaming others for our experiences, this principle encourages us to take responsibility, look within. When we consciously shift from self-criticism, which carries a low vibration, towards genuine self-love and acceptance, that positive energy naturally radiates. It changes how we interact, how others respond. At the end of the day, the core idea is that our thoughts and emotions have an energetic quality, a frequency. Positive emotions like gratitude, joy, compassion, love, they enhance the energy we emit, attracting experiences and people that resonate on that same positive frequency.
Wow. Okay, what an incredible deep dive into the mere principle this has been. If I had to boil down, the core takeaway seems truly transformative. the way we see the world, what we experience. It's fundamentally a reflection of how we feel inside. And by consciously aligning our thoughts, our beliefs, and importantly, our actions with our intentions, we really can cultivate the abundance we desire in, well, pretty much all areas of life.
Perfectly put. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over. Just consider this. How might even the smallest, most subtle shift in your internal state today, a moment of gratitude, challenging one limiting thought, how might that begin to ripple outwards? What unexpected changes might you start noticing in your external world, maybe even by tomorrow? It encourages you to keep exploring, keep experimenting with that profound link between your inner landscape and your outer reality.